Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today I am on the public test server to have a look at the Enclave Plasma Flamer. We finally got the balance pass, the adjustment on rifles, just all of the rifles, and there's a lot to go through, and some of them have been adjusted more than others and in different ways. So rather than look at a whole bunch of rifles in one video, we're just going to do one at a time, and we're going to start with this. The Enclave Plasma Flamer really jumped out at me because it got a damage buff to its base damage of 121%, which to a weapon that's already doing really well, that seems really large, and the weapon should actually perform really well. So this is the weapon I'll be using. This is actually a screenshot from the live server, so you can see what the damage looks like on live and then have a comparison. So it is Furious with faster weapon speed and extra durability. There is no fourth star. The damage is 87 ballistic, 87 energy. And that is with all the commando cards maxed out, all 3 science cards at maximum rank, and Bloody Mess at maximum rank. So I have all of the damage cards that I can have, at least that will affect the Pip-Boy numbers. And that is what we're looking at in terms of damage. And this is what it looks like on the PTS. We are up to 199 ballistic and 172 energy. So that is a massive difference. So the build is a little bit of a work in progress because we've got so many changes to the cards in this update, at least cards that are affecting this particular character. And I'm still trying to get my head around what they all do. Probably by the time I get to live, this will look a little bit different, but I have a setup that'll work good enough for testing. So we've got Number Cruncher, which was, that was Commando Master Commando. And it does weapons have a 2% increased damage per AP cost. So the Enclave Plasma Flamer, it has an AP cost of 30. That means I'm going to get 2 times 30. I'm going to get 60% more damage from that card. Then we have Center Masochist. I don't remember which card this was. I think this was one of the rifle cards. We get 75% range damage when targeting a torso. This character, by the way, is a non-VATS character, so I won't be using VATS at all. I basically will just be hip firing, so I'll hit what I hit. I'm also using the reworked science card, which gives me increased energy damage based on my intelligence. Intelligence on this character is 29, and science is giving me plus 34% energy damage. We'll be using the reworked adrenaline card, which is now a 2-point card, and it gives you plus 10% damage per kill, and it goes up to 10, so up to 100% more damage on a kill streak. And the way that works is you kill an enemy, that's part of your kill streak. Each enemy you kill, the damage on the next one goes up by 10%. That lasts for 30 seconds, but it will refresh on kill. So if I'm at my 10 enemies and it's like 20 seconds in and I kill another enemy, my counter starts over and I have another 30 seconds to kill another enemy to keep that going. Now we have Gorilla Master. The main reason for that, close enemies actually works well because most of the enemies will be close. This is a short range weapon and that'll add 5 stacks. Gorilla Expert, we don't really care about reload so much. This has a high ammo capacity, but it does add stacks, which is important. Weak spot damage here. For the most part, I'm hip firing, so weak spot's not going to figure in unless I just happen to get lucky, but those 3 extra stacks will add extra damage. And because the damage is so high, I'm going to run Gunslinger Master, which is kind of counterintuitive to how you would do a commando type character. But because this should kill things very quickly, we should be able to keep our stacks relatively high. So this will just give us 10 more stacks. It inverts Onslaught, and the issues that this card is having on live, and that is losing stacks at random, seems to be completely fixed on the PTS, which means I should be able to stay closer to that, at least within 20 to 30, I should be able to keep my stacks within that range most of the time. So as far as mutations go, the important one is Egghead, 6 extra intelligence. That's how we're able to get it up so high so we can get the increased benefit from the science card. And Adrenal Reaction, which works the same as the Adrenaline card now. So it's 5% per kill instead of 10%, and it also caps at 10. So we'll see the counter on the screen as we go, and I'll point that out. But this can get up to an extra 50% damage as well. And really no food buffs at all because I'm not using VATS, I'm not doing critical hits, I just run and gun. So what we're going to see here is a combination of the gun, the buff to the gun, but also, the perk card changes that we have. So you can see they just delete, and you can see on the bottom right-hand corner next to my Onslaught stacks, which you can see is also right at 30. Oh yeah, and the jetpack is back to where it was doing. But you can see that little number on the far right bottom corner of the screen. That is my current kill count, which means I'm getting 30% more damage from Adrenaline and 15% more from, and you can see I'm not using a ton of ammo here. This is just a tickle. And the enemies just kind of evaporate. This thing is so... I mean, it was already really strong, but this is just... And of course, if I was looting them, I'm on the PTS, so I don't care. But if I was looting them, I would definitely be coming out ammo positive. I mean, it's already an ammo positive weapon, at least it is for me if you loot everything. But you can see, like, the damage numbers, and of course my kill count's at 10 too, so I'm getting the maximum bonus from that. And so yeah, Gunslinger Master, there we go, 1300 damage. Remember, I'm hip firing, no critical hits, no weak spot damage, just hip firing. All right, we'll throw in a little bit different enemy than I normally will go after, but let's try the Overgrown. They can be kind of tough. And let's, where are they? There you are. So Overgrown can be kind of tough. Not so much here. Now keep an eye on my stat counter. As long as I'm able, because with the normal onslaught mechanic, 20 would be the maximum I could get to, building stacks over time. So as long as I'm able to stay over 20, this is definitely a better way to go. And you can see the enemies are just, and of course, as we build stacks with adrenaline, we just keep doing more and more damage. I can hear the enemies. Like I can hear, oh, there we are. All right, I found one more here, and yeah, these, nothing's really a challenge so far for this weapon. So it turns out there are not that many Overgrown in the most sensational game. I thought there was actually more. The rest is just humans, and humans are squishy. So we'll just kill some robots instead, and just there we go. Yeah, keeping that onslaught stack number over 20 all the time. I mean, just like the damage numbers are just nuts. I'm not used to seeing numbers this big without doing critical hits, right? I'm used to doing it in VATS, focusing at weak spot, weak spot damage, but that's, yeah, I'm not getting any of that. I'm just hitting what I'm hitting. So we've got this guy here. Okay, let's see how we do against this guy. If we can, yeah. just everything gets deleted, and you can see my onslaught counter is just like at maximum all the time. So, Gunslinger Master being fixed is also huge. The fact that that you're not randomly losing stacks, it makes it a lot easier to stay near the maximum. And the fact that it only takes like 1 or 2 hits to kill things means, yeah, I mean, this damage is just nuts. This is just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy how much damage this is. Now, if I was gonna run against a boss, like if I was gonna do a raid, for example, I would take off Gunslinger Master. There's just no reason to run that if you are, if you're gonna shoot a target that's not gonna go down, super quick. All right, let's shoot some Snallies here. I imagine they'll probably just go down relatively easily. Now, if I could get a headshot, well, it looks like I did 1800 with headshots. I mean, that's not too bad, especially when you consider the ammo capacity and how quickly this gets out shots. And the fact that the nice thing about this is I don't need food. Like I don't need to worry about critical hits. I don't worry about food. I just run around, and also no 4th star. This is just a 3-star weapon. Looks like we have I wanted Mirelurks, but it looks like we've got at least 2 cultist priests here. Unfortunately, that's what spawns. What I want to try and do is actually get the Mirelurk Queen out first. And she is probably the kind of boss you'd want to take off Gunslinger Master for. But I'm going to try and get Adrenaline as much as I can get, as high as I can get it. And kind of front load the damage a little bit to her, realizing that it'll probably take more than, however many hits. I guess 30 hits. That's quite of a lot. If I can get, assuming the enemies are going to attack me. I don't know. They don't seem to want to. Everything seems to want to ignore me. Oh, something is shooting me. I don't know. There you are. Something is shooting me. I thought there was another. There's that over there. All right, I'm up to 6. Not really what I want. Oh, there's another one. No, kill you. Kill you. All right, there we go. So now I'm up to, there's my stacks. And if I try and hit, oh, look at that. Oh, wow, she melted. I didn't even burn up all my stacks. That's nuts. So here's a perk I didn't mention. I hadn't actually used it. I just put it on thinking it might be helpful. So, and I think this is what just happened with her. So Scatter Shot, this was the old shotgun perk. It changed. Now it does 20% of damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs on your target, which means there's a whole big rework going on with crippling. And so basically, say I shoot her in the head, all other limbs are going to get 20% of whatever damage I'm doing to the head. So, which means you can actually cripple enemies quite quickly. And you saw what happened. She just kind of collapsed. And I think it's because of this perk. I haven't actually tested it much yet. That was actually the first time I used it, at least on a big target. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And that does merit further testing because she went down in a heap very quickly. Yes, the way crippling works has changed quite a lot. And it's basically the chance to cripple thing. That's not really a thing anymore. Basically now stuff just does limb damage. And I haven't really looked into that, how it works. Now, hopefully this one will land. I may have to switch guns and try and cripple a wing if it comes to that. Because if it's just gonna fly around and shoot me, that's not really what where this weapon shines particularly. But in the meantime, we can go around and just like a one tap, boom, 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 just like so much damage. There's that. I think I may have to shoot it. Yeah, I don't think it's, oh, maybe. Oh, it's gonna land. Okay, here we go. So we're at 30 stacks. Wait, did it land? Oh, no, it didn't land. It did, okay, never mind. All that build up for nothing. I was thinking we were gonna go up and have a fight. Here we go, now it's gonna land. Maybe. Yep, here we go. All right, and it's legendary? Oh, it's a legendary. All right, so we're at 30 stacks. We've got our full complement of kills. And yeah, it just dies. It dies almost instantly. That was, yeah, everything goes down really, where are you? There we go. Everything goes down really easily with this. And there you have it, the Enclave Plasma. That's how it's performing right now on the PTS. Obviously, there's more going on than just a weapon buff. We have a lot of perk card changes as well, but overall it adds up to just massive damage for this particular weapon. Now, this should be part of the update, the fishing update that comes in June. Obviously, other adjustments can be made between here and there. So what we're seeing right now, maybe a little bit different than what we see on live, but so far, I'm really liking the direction that they're going with this particular weapon. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.